and 2 D.C. public elementary schools forced to send more than 200 students into quarantine.
What we're learning about the first few people to test positive for the Omicron variant in D.C. I'm Mike Murillo.
Plus the CBS Evening News anchor on the ground in Kentucky. 11 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. In Chicago, tornadoes have killed almost 90 people in 4 South and Midwest states. CBS's Jim Kursula is in Dawson Springs, Kentucky.
There's a collective sense that so many people are simply grateful to be alive.
CBS's Mola Lengi is in Edwardsville, Illinois.
The last time Carla Cope spoke to her son Clay, who worked at the facility, she did what moms do. She told him to be safe.
We talked to him on the phone and said, the storm's heading your way.
The Copes drove to the Amazon facility and waited outside for more than 6 hours for word on their son.
About 4:30 in the morning, I think it was the Wood River Fire Chief and the coroner came to the car and told us that they'd located his body.
Clay, a Navy veteran and avid outdoorsman, was set to turn 30 in just 2 weeks.
He was just a really good soul.
The House panel investigating the January 6th Capitol riot meets and...
Mr. Chairman, on this vote, there are 9 ayes and 0 noes.
The motion is agreed to.
House Select Committee members vote to pursue contempt charges against former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Meadows tells Fox's Sean Hannity.
Obviously, it's disappointing, but not surprising.
Meadows adds.
When you look at the criminal component of this, the intent, there's never been an intent on my part. I've tried to share non-privileged information, but truly the executive privilege that Donald Trump has claimed is his to waive. It's not mine to waive. It's not Congress's to waive.
The House is expected to vote tomorrow to refer the charges to the Justice Department. The NFL has updated its COVID protocols for what the league calls its top 2 tiers of staff members who've already been vaccinated. CBS Sports NFL reporter Jonathan Jones says that means mandatory booster shots for coaches, trainers, and any employees who deal with players. As for boosters for players, Jones says there are concerns.
Okay, you get this booster for protection, but it may knock you out a day or two when your team is trying to make a playoff push.
A mask mandate for shops and other indoor spaces in New York State is now in effect. Meantime, the Supreme Court rejects a challenge to New York's vaccine mandate for healthcare workers. Legal analyst Lori Levinson.
3 nurses had claimed that it violated their religious rights because they didn't like how the vaccines were made. But the Supreme Court, in a divided decision, decided that New York could have that mandate.
Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin appears ready to change his plea of not guilty in his federal civil rights case over the death of George Floyd. A change of plea hearing is scheduled for Wednesday. This is CBS News.
Never miss a moment. Top news from WTOP 24/7, 365. Listen on air, on Alexa, and on the WTOP app.
11:03, Monday evening, December 13th, 2021. 35 headed down to the 20s. Good evening, I'm Dick Iuliano. Top local stories we're following this hour. The latest ransomware attack hits close to home. A Virginia legislative branch agency has been hit as lawmakers are getting ready for a new legislative session. WTOP's Gigi Barnett has our report.
Governor Ralph Northam's office confirmed the cyber attack on the state's Division of Legislative Automated Systems. It is the legislature's IT agency. In a press statement, a spokesperson says the governor is directing other agencies to help in assessing and responding to the attack. Investigators believe hackers used an extremely sophisticated malware and gained access to the system late Friday. The timing of the hack is especially problematic because lawmakers are preparing for a legislative session set to begin next month. Gigi Barnett, WTOP News.
Whittier Elementary School in Northwest D.C. reports 6 confirmed COVID cases in the school building in the Brightwood neighborhood. 101 students have been told to quarantine. The public school system also reports several positive cases at Joe Wilson Elementary in Northeast D.C. Several classes at Wilson have transitioned to virtual learning. Grades 3 and 4 and one of the grade 5 classes have been asked to quarantine. The quarantine at Wilson involves 129 students. First it was Maryland, then Virginia, now D.C. has reported its first cases of the COVID Omicron variant. And this evening, we're learning more about the 4 people who have it.
These are all young adults. All have been vaccinated, but none of them have been had boosters yet.
Patrick Ashley is with DC Health. Also, it appears Omicron has been in DC for a couple weeks.
Some of these cases were first tested on November 29th and November 30th. And the final case was tested on December 7th.
Georgetown University says one of the cases involves a member of the school community who traveled domestically recently. It's unclear if it's a student. That person has only been back on campus once since before Thanksgiving. That visit was to take a COVID test. So far, the school says there's no sign that they got sick from being on campus. Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
Virginia's so-called red flag law was passed last year to keep guns out of the hands of people who are deemed a risk. Some want to repeal that law, but today Fairfax County officials held a press conference to stress its value.
Fairfax Commonwealth's attorney Steve Descano says that the red flag law is long overdue and needs to stay in place.
It is a critical tool for my office and our partners in law enforcement to disrupt and prevent potential gun violence.
It takes guns out of the hands of those deemed a risk to themselves or others. It also prevents them from buying guns. The emergency version lasts 14 days. The more permanent order can be extended for 180 days at a time indefinitely.
So to anyone listening, I would say the big takeaway is if you know someone with a gun acting in a way that concerns you, please speak up. Help us prevent another gun tragedy.
Valerie Bonk, WTOP News.
The Maryland Attorney General's office has released Anne Arundel County Police body camera video, which shows an officer fatally shooting a man who refused to drop a knife. It happened November 28th inside a Glen Burnie home. The following is audio of the deadly encounter.
County Police, DJ, come out! Show me your hands up, keep your hands up. Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Put the knife down or I'll shoot you to be back! Drop it!
The man killed was Dingo Yoro Jr. Yoro's mother, Valentina Yoro, was found dead in the garage. Coming next here on WTOP, traffic and weather, and then CBS News' Nora O'Donnell on the ground in Mayfield, Kentucky, the ground zero of the tornado damage. 11:07.
George Wallace here, and live it up at Live Casino with the Gucci giveaway. Now at Live. Live Rewards members have a chance to win a grand prize, his and her luxury set with iconic wardrobe pieces from Gucci. One lucky winner will win the grand prize. Plus, 19 winners will receive between $1,000 and $2,500 in free play. Visit maryland.livecasinohotel.com for details.
At Arundel Mills, must be 21. Please play responsibly. For help, visit mdgamblinghelp.org or call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Care has the power to bring kindness where it's needed.
At ADP, we work with more than 860,000 companies worldwide. That gives us a pretty good idea of how to help businesses grow stronger. Whether it's through data insights that help you make informed decisions about building a team that works better as a team, or by keeping you ahead of thousands of changing regulations so you can keep ahead of everything else. Like building that better team. Grow stronger with ADP. HR, talent, time, and payroll.
If you're struggling with alcohol or drugs, Recovery Centers of America can help. The holidays are over, the new year is here, and the time to act is now. Expert private care at Recovery Centers of America will get you on the road to recovery today. At our award-winning and fully accredited treatment centers on the Eastern Shore and in Southern Maryland, you will be treated with compassion, dignity, and respect by our dedicated team of professionals. You will also benefit from specialized programs, 24-hour medical care, and the comfort of our outstanding facilities. Let us help you. We will answer your call 24/7 and can get you into treatment as soon as today. If outpatient care is right for you, you can receive a same-day assessment and attend therapy in person or virtually. And because we accept most private insurance plans, you get premium care without the premium price. Don't wait. Start your new year. Start your new life today. Call 1-888-RECOVERY now. That's 1-888-RECOVERY.